Hello friends, welcome back to our little coffee club. Today we're going to be taking a look at the co-fermented coffee from Good Brothers, the strawberry maceration. We'll see what that brings to us. Last time we saw the one from Black and White. That was another co-fermented coffee. That one was the lychee, I guess, infused coffee. I know that for a lot of you guys, that's a bit much. You guys like, what was the comment that someone left me? They like their whiskey neat and their coffee clean. And you know what? I can get on board with that as well. I understand that. But you know, it is fun to try these co-ferments. I think, you know, that it's nice to have that option out there just so that we could have something different every now and then and something that's way out there. Now, as far as the lychee one, that one was way out there. Okay, it was definitely not for everyone. Today we'll see the level of funkiness with this strawberry maceration from Good Brothers. So if it's something like the plum one from September, which, you know, the plum one was not a co-ferment. As you know, it was a Diego Bermudez, but it was a fermented coffee, but a processed coffee. I don't remember what the processing was, but I'm almost sure it was not a co-ferment. It was just, you know, clean coffee that, well, let's not call it clean. It was a coffee that had been processed, but not co-ferment. They hadn't added anything to the cherries to kind of influence the flavor. And in the case of my favorite all-time, still reigning king of the coffees, the one from Good Brothers, that Costa Rican with the thermical fermentation process, you know, that one is, again, a processed coffee, but they didn't try to infuse anything in there. They didn't add anything to change the flavors. It's just pretty much the coffee cherries and they allow them to ferment. So whenever you see these fermented process or you see some other kind of processing on the coffee, doesn't mean they added something to influence the flavor. Okay, not at all. You know, they just processed the coffee in a way that perhaps enhanced something in already inherent in the beans and kind of like brought out some extra flavor. In the case of the one, that Costa Rican coffee from Good Brothers, I mean, it's my favorite for a reason. So obviously to me it's wonderful. Now, as far as the co-ferment, like we saw previously on the Black and White, that lychee, you know, that's a bit much. It's not gonna be for everyone. You know, a lot of people are not gonna want, even for myself, that was too much. It was way out there. It's fun to have, it's fun to taste, and I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I tried it out. I'm glad that that exists. I'm glad that it's out there. And, you know, the way I see it, let the farmers, you know, experiment with any kind of processing that they want to experiment with. Let them try it, see what happens. It just adds more variety and, you know, it just adds a whole level of fun to this whole coffee thing, right? It's a different experience. So, but again, having your whiskey neat and your coffee clean, you know, I can totally get on board with that as well. I understand. So, but today we'll see the level of funkiness of this strawberry one. We're gonna pull a shot of espresso. Hopefully I can dial this thing in pretty quickly. You know, I think I'm just gonna start grinding, you know, right where it's at. I think it's still either at 3 or 3.5 from when we dialed in on the dual. We're gonna grind on the dual today again. You know, pretty soon I'm gonna do that comparison as far as pour over. We'll switch the burrs and do pour over and compare the niche zero and the niche duo as far as pour over. Maybe I'll be able to taste a difference. You guys saw that as espresso, it's minimal at best. Don't rush out and go buy a duo. I don't think you need it. As a matter of fact, the zero is just cleaner. It's a little bit nicer experience to the workflow and everything on it. So I don't, so far, I mean, what can you say, right? Unless it gives me something noticeable as far as the flavor, what is there to win with the dual? It's, you know, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out. Now, the key is get both. Get both. If you can do it, just get both. Look at how nice it looks. I'm so happy with the setup. You know, this is for sure end game for me. As far as like the major pieces, you know, the grinders and the espresso machine, you know, I'm not upgrading anything. I'm super happy with that setup. That's end game for me. Now, hopefully one day our little channel gets noticed by someone and they send us some stuff to review. I would love to do that. I would love to have something here to compare and to try it out and give you guys, you know, an average consumer type of an opinion. You know, lately Lance has gone completely off the rails with all kind of, he's brought out so much information that, you know, I have to say I'm not even getting on board with half the stuff. I think it's just way out there. It's, you know, hey, you know, you got to have fun with your coffee. That's the main thing. You got to enjoy your setup. You got to have fun with it. As long as you're getting a beverage that is well above average as to anything you're going to find out there, just enjoy it. Be happy with it. You know, hopefully we'll get to hang out here. I'm really excited today. I'm pumped up and I haven't even had coffee. So we'll see by the end of this video, I'm going to be talking so much faster. But all right, so you know, I'm really excited to get into it. Let's go to the other can. Oh, wait. I almost forgot the most important thing. Okay, I have this little can out so that it would remind me. It would remind me what I wanted to talk about. So this little tin here is the Bernardina coffee that we had from Proud Mary. Proud Mary is an Australian roaster, and at least their home base is in Australia. And we ordered this coffee. It was a suggestion from Jesse way back in the videos, way back. But if you look back in the videos, you know, at the end of every video, you get the playlist for all the coffee videos. Click on there and look for this little tin on my counter. And those are the videos when I'm talking about this. But the reason why I have it out today is because I want to report back to Carrie. Carrie, thank you for that coffee. That was so awesome. I truly enjoyed it. It was fantastic. And you know, it was challenging. And I'll tell you what happened. Like, you know, I thought about freezing some and leaving it for the best of, but I kept messing with it and trying to dial in and get more out of it. And I ran out of coffee. So, you know, it wasn't a lot. So, and I was really enjoying it. I didn't want to like stop. So I ran out. But okay, but what happened was, and the reason why I have this out is because, you know, when we reviewed this coffee and I experimented with this, it turns out that this coffee produces like an unusual amount of fines. I don't know if it was because of the roast level, that it was quite light. Maybe that has something to do with it, but it just produces a lot of fines. And, you know, if you guys want, look back at this video. But all I'm saying is that that coffee from Flower Child that Carrie sent me, the same thing. It produces a lot more fines than what I'm used to. And as I messed with it, trying to dial in, it was a challenge. It was a challenge. I enjoyed every cup. It's not like anything went to waste. But, you know, I gotta say, I don't think I ever got it 100% right. Yeah, I don't think I ever, you know, in all the brews, you know, the one I made on the video when I opened it and tried it and reviewed Carrie's, that coffee Carrie sent me from Flower Child, you know, I got it as good as any of the other brews. So I did it on the Steadfast and that was very close. But you know, the one I did, the one I did for the video was as good, if not maybe the best one. So I'm glad that worked out that way. So you guys saw my honest reaction as to that coffee. As far as clean coffees go, it was way up there. It's absolutely excellent. Now, if I would have froze some of it, okay, I doubted that it would have beat the coffee from the one from Good Brothers, the one with the chemical processing, the current reigning champ. I don't think it would beat that one. That one just has so much in there. There's just so much in there. So I'm looking for something that's processed in some way that can rival that. And so far, the only one I found was that plum one from September. It was at Diego Bermudez. I don't remember. I mean, if you guys look back in the videos, you'll see it was the plum from September. That coffee just, wow, it was almost, it's really hard to choose between that one and the Good Brothers. The Good Brothers edged it out by just the smallest margin. You know, I'm looking for something like that. Maybe this will be it. Who knows? Maybe this one, because I want the processing. I don't know if a co-ferment can do it. I really don't think so, because it just masks the coffee flavor too much. But who knows? Let's try it. I mean, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I need just like a processing, but just the coffee cherries that adds a little more depth of flavor and just pushes it over the top of just being like just straight up washed coffee, which could also be wonderful. Sometimes that's what I want. So it just depends on the day, you know. Sometimes you want ice cream, sometimes you want pizza. So let's go to the other counter and let's pull a shot of espresso. All right, here we go, here we go. Let's open the bag. Again, you guys know that these bags from Good Brothers are top notch. You know, a lot of people use this type of bag, and I'm so happy they do, because when you get something like this, you could just keep it in the bag. You know, if you drink your coffee within a month to maybe even 2 months, you know, it's got a nice Ziploc. As long as that is working well and it didn't break or something, you know, you should be totally fine keeping your coffee beans in a bag like this. All right, so today I might be pulling the shot in a different fashion, okay? Because I love learning from you guys, and you guys leave me comments. I really appreciate it. And somebody suggested that on this kind of processing coffees to try to blast the cup with 9 bars, okay? And as soon as you start getting some drips, then to cut it down to 6 bars and pull the rest of the shot at 6 bars and to grind a little bit coarser. And you know, I'm gonna try to achieve that. It might not work, but I'm gonna try. Okay, so you know, that reminds me, I'm gonna change the setting on the dual. So, all right, I think you guys could see from there, but again, I've told you guys that in order to really see well, I have to kind of lean it forward, which is not ideal. Look at that, I was all the way down to 2. You know, I thought it was like a 3 or 3.5. I was all the way down to 2, and it's still like kind of coarse. Okay, and let's just, you know what, let's just go to 3. I'm gonna try a 3, a little bit coarser than where I had it, but it doesn't seem to be that much of a difference. Once you're below like 4, I went from 4 to 2 and like almost nothing happened. So I'm still trying to figure this thing out, guys. So, you know, and if this doesn't pull exactly what like the gentleman told me, you know what, I'm gonna, I'm second guessing myself. Okay, I'm gonna go higher than that. Let's go to 4.5. All right, let's try a 4.5, see what we get. Again, I have no idea, this is a new coffee. It could be totally off. So let's just see where our starting point. Okay, so let's open it up. Now, as far as the black and white one, as soon as I opened it up, the smell blew me away. Okay, it not in a good way. Not in a good way. I'm telling you, that coffee was too much. You know, once you brewed it, the smell was fine. It was great. But in the bag, and while you were grinding the coffee, it was horrible. It was no bueno. Now, once you brewed it, it was okay, and flavor-wise, it's fine. I told you guys, it's kind of like a sangria, punchy, a lot of fruits, like tropical fruits, and that's what I got from it. We'll see today. I think this co-ferment is a lot less of an aggressive type of process. I think this one, I'm gonna get some flavors, but not like some overwhelming thing. But it might still be a bit much. That's what I'm expecting. Let's see. Let's smell it. Okay, so see, this one smells like coffee. It smells like coffee. The other one didn't. This one smells like coffee. And there's a hint of strawberries in the background. So yes, it's there. Now, also there is a funkiness, okay? Yeah, there's there is a funkiness. It's not like a clean, by any means, it's not like a clean kind of just regular wonderful coffee smell. That's not what you're gonna get here. All right, the next step, let's check the roast level. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn on the other light and maybe take a picture so you guys could see really well here. Give me a second. Okay, there you see the beans. I'm hoping that that's focused. I'll take a picture anyway, but I think you could see it there. This is a true medium. This is a true medium, and yeah, just like a true medium. It's not dark enough to call it like medium to dark, although some people might do that. It's either true medium or maybe even a little bit medium to dark. So I'll take a picture and put it here on the screen. Man, having the wireless mic is such a game changer. Like the phone is, like before this would have sounded like really echoey and not great, but having the mic is just a game changer. Another thing is remembering to lock the focus. I mean, wow, what a benefit. I mean, it's something so simple, but like, I didn't know. I had never been into videography. I've always been into photography, and that's a totally different game. So yeah, photography, I understand a heck of a lot better than videography. So I'm learning. All right, here we go. So we have 8.8 right there. We're gonna go to 18. Again, nothing magical about 18. It's just where most of the time what I do. But you can do other dose amounts. Okay, that's exactly 18. All right. Okay, so that's exactly at 18. Let me take a look again at the niche. I don't even remember where I had it. I think what did we say, 5? Let's take a look. Again, this is definitely not ideal to have to scoot it up like this. Wow, I think I said the wrong thing before. We are at 3.5 now. We were at 2. Now we're at 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. All right, man, I'm just gonna go with that. I'm not gonna keep second guessing myself. Okay, I am trying to do something different, but keep in mind, if this doesn't work out exactly like what I'm shooting for, but it tastes good, I'm not throwing it out, okay? I don't waste the coffee. Now, if it's a bad shot, I'll do it again. But if it's a good shot, I'm gonna drink it, regardless of the timing and what it says, okay? I don't believe in those rules. It's just a guideline, it's a starting point, it's something that we strive for, but my main concern is having fun, enjoying the process, and enjoying the shot. If it's a good shot, it's a good shot, and that's all there is to it. All right, 18, let's see if we get any retention today. Again, is there any point in showing you the top angle with the dual? Again, that's another like thing. It just, the beans just sink all the way in, you can't see anything. So what's the point of me showing you? I'm just gonna grind the coffee. Yeah, the RPMs on the Duo is definitely higher than on the Zero. And the thing is just, I don't know. All right, I'm not gonna say it. Let's just, it was like shaking and stuff, like what's going on? This one's so quiet and peaceful. Look, there's little pieces flying out. Guys, little stuff. Come on, pasado. Man, I'm pumped today. I'm telling you, I am pumped. All right, let's see. Look at this. Okay, we have a 0.5, between 0.5 and 0.4 retention, so we're gonna have to do bellows. Hold on. I hope that when I try the Duo, and I try it as pour over, it blows me away. And even if it doesn't, I love it because I wanted some nice flat burr, a nice flat burr grinder, and I love the pear and I love the way it looks. So it's not going anywhere, believe me. But gosh, I wish at least when I try it as pour over, it's like something meaningful. Like, wow, no, here, okay, it's not a huge difference, but yeah, there's definitely a difference I can taste here. If that happens, I'll be happy enough. Well, we'll see. I'm not expecting that to happen, believe me. I'm not expecting it. Okay, some controlled plunges, successful. We did not make a mess. Not only we didn't make a mess, but I did see a lot of coffee coming out, so we should be okay. 17.9, so that's gonna be okay. 17.9, we're rolling with this. All right, so we're gonna roll with this. I'm gonna fluff it up here in the cup with the big needles. I wonder how many of you guys have been here on the video since we started this this journey. You know, I've been making these coffee videos now for well over a year. If you look at and yes, the growth has been very slow. I told you guys before, I'm gonna break the record for the slowest growing YouTube channel. All right, so we got, I don't blame people. I don't blame them. Who the heck wants to see this madness? All right, here we go. Let me reposition the camera so you guys get like this, the best angle. Okay, this is totally dry. I haven't pulled any shots. All right, let me reposition for the rest of the puck prep. There we go. Bring you guys in a little bit closer. You know, I was talking to my my buddy London. London, by the way, he's a buddy of mine, and I met him through YouTube. Out of all things, that's one of the things I like about this. You know, you get to know people. Now I know a little. I mean, I don't know Hoon that well, but London I've actually met in person, and Hoon I will probably meet him in person now at the coffee show because I am planning on going. I'll bring you guys along and get as much content as I can for you guys. But I am going with my wife, and I got to spend a lot of time on the things that she enjoys as well. So, and we're only going for the weekend again. So yeah, but my buddy London, he makes, he has a YouTube channel, Off Our Couch, if you guys want to check it out, Off Our Couch. So, you know, London is into coffee somewhat, and he's into photography, and obviously he makes videos. So we have a lot in common. So I talked to him from time to time, and we spoke a heck of a lot about cameras recently. And I was telling him about, you know, notice the shallow depth of field here, right? You know, this is the phone, and the phones do that's what I was telling him, that the phones do such a great job nowadays that getting a camera is like, for what? Like, you don't really need it. Like, okay, I'm focused here, right, on the portafilter. In the background, you can see it nice and blurry, and you got some kind of shallow depth of field. It doesn't look as nice as on the camera. I understand. You don't have as much flexibility, but wow, this does it does a great job. I mean, I gotta say, that's why I stuck with the phone for this. And you know what, the external mic, by now I've done enough testing that I can say that the mic on the phone sounds better. I like it better than the one on the camera. And the one on the camera costs like 3 times as much. So it is what it is. All right, I went on a total rant there, I'm sorry guys, but back to the coffee. Okay, so we fluffed it up. We're ready to go into the portafilter. A few taps. Oh, nice. Okay, today that landed kind of perfectly. You know, the longer the coffee sits out, the more funkiness. Now, okay, it's still not to the level of that black and white, but we're getting there. We are getting there. So, oh my goodness. Okay, let's do some WDT. Okay, here we go. Now, I wonder how many of you guys are out there trying to get blind shakers now to to do this process instead of WDT. You know, I told you guys about my blind shaker that that came with the K Plus. Just the reason I got that particular grinder, one of the reasons, was because it had the blind shaker. I could have gotten one that pretty much the same thing, but without the blind shaker, it cost less money. And I got that one because of the blind shaker. And guess what? I hate the blind shaker. I'm not doing any blind shaking pasado. I didn't enjoy the process at all. You know, for me, okay, you know, let's say that, wow, today, this video is gonna get long. Especially if I don't get this shot right, because we're gonna have to do multiple shots. But I'm going on rants here and going off the rails. Maybe I should just concentrate. Let me reel it back in. I was gonna say something, and then, you know, I went on a rant. And let me get my tamping. Okay, here we go. Let's do the tamp. I'm doing the Lelit tamper today because this one just always works. Okay, yeah, nice and straight. I didn't have to do anything there. Nice little polish at the end. We come in with the puck screen. Okay, so again, remember, I'm gonna blast the puck with 9 bars, and as soon as I get some drips, I'm gonna ramp it down to 6 bars, pull the rest of the shot at 6 bars, if possible. Okay, if possible. We'll see what happens. We'll see how close to that we get it. All right, let's lock in, and then, oh, you know what? Well, today I remembered. Let's run it a second here. I always forget to do it. Not always, but half the time at least I forget. All right, I don't know what kind of benefit that does, but people say it's good practice, so why not? Okay, we're locked and loaded. I'm gonna have it fully open. I'm gonna start, usually we start at 5 o'clock. I'm gonna just leave it wide open, so as soon as we get some drips, then I start ramping down and see how it works. All right. All right, guys, we have all the cameras running. And you know, I just noticed I forgot to put my little accent lights today. I do have the one behind the machine, and I have the candles and everything else running, so it should still look pretty, but I missed that. I missed that. But we'll see. If this shot doesn't work out, you'll see the difference, because I'll turn them on for the next the next puck prep, and you'll see the difference, but not a big deal. All right, oh, by now, you guys should have seen the nice cinematic that I recorded for this coffee. It's up on the channel. Those cinematic videos are only usually like 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. And I really enjoy making them. I make them just because like just the creativity part of it, and just the pleasure of making them. I really enjoy looking back at them, and it's been like my favorite ones to create. But of course they're boring for you guys, I imagine, but for me, they're fun, and I like looking back at them, and the process of making them it's really cool. That's the only time I like editing, by the way. I don't like editing these videos. I wish I could just do it live and just whatever happens, happens. You know, but those other kind of videos, I do kind of enjoy editing because I like to see the end product. Anyway, let's go ahead and start the scale. God, I've been ranting about so many things today. I'm sorry. I'm going off the rails. And I haven't even had coffee. Okay, so we got the A flashing. That means, and we're going with the Time More today, the Time More Black Mirror Nano. And these are the Crew Propel glasses. Okay, once it tears and you get the A flashing, you should be able to start pulling your shot. Okay, so we're going to start the shot and let it get a few drips, and then we'll ramp down to 6 bars for 18 in. Oh, he told me 1 to 3 ratio. So what is that? 52. I always used to do that. I think it's, I don't know, 52, 54, whatever it is. We'll end up somewhere just over 50. So just over 50, and we're looking to do that in around 30 to 35 seconds, maybe even 40 seconds. We'll see. He wanted kind of like a faster shot, so 30 seconds ideally, but we'll see what we get. Again, I'm always learning from you guys. Okay, go, whoa, buddy. I'm sorry, I totally messed up. But, okay, we blasted it. You can't say I didn't blast it. We blasted it with like 11 bars. Okay, we're at 6 bars now. Again, we're looking for just over 50 in about 30 seconds, 35 seconds. All right, it might work out. Okay, I still stopped it early, but it is 30-second shot, 35 overall, 48 grams. Wow, this is pretty close to what I was trying to do. So we'll see. You guys say I don't pull fast shots, and I always do those long pre-infusions. Well, now you see, it's not always, right? So, and remember, I don't record every single shot that I pull, okay? So, all right, let's go to the other counter. You know what, I better, before we do that, I better taste it. Wow, and the funky smell is building. It is just building in the kitchen. I wonder if we had channeling. This was quite a fast shot. Let me stop some of the cameras here. All right, let's taste it. Oh man, okay, let's talk about the aroma in the cup. The aroma in the cup is wonderful, but the funkiness from grinding it and the dry beans and stuff, just like the other coffee. This one's less. The other one was more, If you could believe that, the other one was more. But Carrie, I think you picked this up. So, by now we probably talked about this. Again, I'm traveling in time, like Wojtek says. But yeah, by now we probably had this conversation. But I wonder what you thought of this, because this is, I imagine this is too much for Carrie. Carrie's too much of a professional. All right, so what can I say about it? Wow, the strawberry is definitely there. It is definitely there. The level of acidity is a tad high for me. Wow. Man, it is tasty. I'm not throwing that out. It's why would I? I don't know if this is perfect. What the gentleman, I wish he was here. You know, obviously for these kind of experiments, ideally you want the person there to tell you like, oh yeah, this is what you need to get. I don't know. Okay, you know, let's go to the other counter and talk about it. This is a great shot. I'm definitely drinking this, and I want to talk to you guys more about it. So let's go to the other counter and we'll keep talking. All right, so here's the shot. Let's give it a swirl. Again, the aroma's nice. In the cup, it's really nice. So was the other one. Once you brewed it, it was nice. This one is a little bit less funky than the other one, if you could believe that, Carrie, but but this one is still, the level of funkiness, like the smell is, you know, it's up there. But in the cup, it's pleasant, it's nice. Yeah, definitely the strawberry is very present, very present. That's why people say that, you know, this type of thing is like, it's like cheating, because it's like you're adding flavor to the coffee, you know, but you're doing it in a natural way. It's not like you're adding artificial ingredients to kind of enhance the flavor. That would be worse. But I do see what they mean, though. I do see what they mean. It's definitely, you know, it's definitely not like a clean coffee. Is there any other tasting notes? You know, I think this, you know, the strawberry is definitely overpowering anything else that you could get from it. As far as the acidity level, it does have, you know, a good level of acidity. Also, maybe it was the way I brewed it as well. It could be. We'll see when I try it as pour over and I have a chance to mess with it. I'll report back to you guys and see what I think about it as pour over. But I have to say, as espresso, it's pretty much the same like the black and white. It's out there. It's out there. The strawberry, I think maybe it's a little bit gentler. Is that a word? No, I don't think that's not a word. More gentle, okay? The flavor is more gentle. A little bit, what's the word? I can't think of the word right now, but if I think of a better word, I'll put it on the screen here. But maybe more gentle is good enough to get the point across. The strawberry flavor, it's a little bit, you know, softer, more gentle of a flavor than the lychee. The lychee was a stronger thing. Maybe, who knows? Maybe it's the way they fermented them together. I don't know. I don't know enough about that. As it's cooling, the level of acidity has gone down a little bit. And for me, that's a good thing. The acidity was a bit high in the get-go. I think I mentioned that on the other counter. You know, I thought about making an Americano with it, but I'm glad I had the straight shot, because you always learn something. You always learn something from these experiences. Anyway, the gentleman that left me that comment as to the way I pulled the shot, and I think I did fairly well. I mean, especially for my first try, I didn't even know where to grind that coffee. But it's, again, one of the advantages of the Bianca versus my Brevo infuser. You know, it just gives you that flexibility. Having that flow control, it's a game changer. Very little left. Sad to see you go, buddy. I think I have 2 sips. All right, let's try to identify, and now that it's cooled, had a chance to cool, maybe we can identify something else in here. I mean, there's very little left. Level of sweetness right now is not extremely high. There's some sweetness, but it's not too high. Probably due to the fact that it has so much brightness and acidity. Again, the way I pull the shot. You know, I never do like below 9 bars. I don't know, it's a, you know, Carrie usually pulls shots below 9 bars, and a lot of you guys probably do as well. For me, this is a new kind of thing. I mean, the ones I've pulled below 9 bars has been by accident. I always try to go to 9 bars. You know, I'm not against it. You know, I would need to see what would happen if I pulled the shot the way I always pull the shots and compare them. Yeah, I'll report back to you guys. You know, for now, I think this video is probably gonna end up being somewhat long because of all the talking I did and all the ranting. But either we might come back to this coffee and try it again, or I'll report back to you guys. I do have quite a bit of coffee. I'll be able to do some experiments. I tell you what, for sure tomorrow I will have it as pour over and see how it is on pour over. I think on pour over, it might be somewhat similar to the plum from September. You know, and I keep going back to that. I wonder if that coffee had any kind of like, you know, they added some fruit in during the fermentation process. I really don't think so. I really don't think so. I think it's just what came out from the processing. And it did have a processing. And again, I said it was a Diego Bermudez. He's famous for all this experimentation. So who knows? You know, I'm gonna try to read into it, the little card in the bag. I'll look for it and report back. But for now, I'm so glad I was able to spend a few minutes with you guys here today. I hope you guys brewed something tasty to accompany me here in this journey. I hope everyone is doing well out there. And again, I really enjoy spending the time with you guys. Please leave me a comment. Let me know if you guys have done a lot of experimentation with pulling shots below the 9 bars and how, you know, how's that turned out. You know, I like doing those slow pre-infusions and kind of the longer shot times. And what I've noticed time and time again is that it just gives you more sweetness, less acidity. And this is a perfect example. This shot, you know, it's wonderful. It has its own merits. I could see sometimes doing something like this on purpose because you want that higher brightness and acidity, especially depending on the coffee that you're brewing. But for the most part, on most coffees, you know, I tend to do those longer shots with the long pre-infusions, and they just work out great. You know, it brings up the sweetness, you cut some of the acidity, and to me it's wonderful. So, but anyway, thank you guys for spending the time with me. I appreciate you guys a whole bunch. Please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys next Sunday.